All right, what's going on? We are live here Monday, the 24th of February, 2020, and we're going to go play through some of this driverless cars variant for Rallyman GT. So I tested a stream out yesterday to make sure it all looked okay. It looks good. Might have to do some lighting changes, but for the most part, you'll be able to see exactly how this game plays. Some of these numbers might be a little foggy, but we'll talk through them as we go. So we're going to go through, again, this is Rallyman GT, newly released Kickstarter slash retail release, and it has a built-in solo mode, which is a time trial. And how you do that is you simply do a lap around as you would play a normal game. At the end of each turn, you would mark your gear down on the sheet. And at the end of all of that, you do your calculations, and it gives you a time. And then you basically beat that. Try to beat that. So this video is going to assume that you know the base rules of Rallyman GT. I will explain some as I go along. But this one is for the driverless cars variants, which I'll put on the screen right now. And it basically simulates the movement of AI vehicles. And you can put as many as you want in this game to play against. I'm going to simulate a couple of the difficulties here. So we'll be playing against the silver and the rookie AI vehicles. So how these work are pretty simple. Instead of racing alone, you now have some competitors to go against. And how this is gonna work is we're going to pick these two cars, which are hidden behind here. We'd have these two cars here, and we're each going to give them a separate difficulty, which are displayed here. So the driverless cars, you pick a difficulty level for the vehicle. In this case, the orange vehicle is going to be playing the silver, and the red is going to be playing the midfielder. So on that car's turn, you're going to be rolling a number of dice, and then you're going to be moving the car 3 spaces plus any hazard or exclamation point dice. So in the case of the silver difficulty, you're going to be rolling 2 white dice on that car's turn. You'd roll them, and then you would, any blank dice plus 3, you would move that car that many spaces. And in this case, it would be 4 spaces. There's also a number of rules to how they move, and we'll get to it as we go to them, but essentially they like the outside. There's certain rules on what gears they end in. If they end on a tile that doesn't have a speed limit, it will always end in 5th gear. If it ends on a corner that has a speed limit, it'll end on the highest gear. There's also some rules for crossover tiles, which aren't in this particular map. This is map number 6 of the core game, but there's rules of deciding what gear to end in there, as well as movement. So again, they prefer the outside, but they always race in the most competitive way. They do avoid any exclamation point or any hazardous lanes, and if they go through them, just like a normal car, they would incur a hazard, and they also suffer loss of control. So we'll get to that as we kind of do that. So I set it up here on these 6 course. Myself in first, the midfielder here in, actually let's switch that up. We'll see how it works. So we'll do the, we will do myself in first, the silver difficulty level car in will go second, and then the midfielder, essentially the most experienced of this pack, in will go third. So we'll do that. Let's grab a quick drink. So I'll be popping this in and out as we discuss the rules, and if anything comes up, but for now I'm going to remove this. You can find this file. I'll put in the link in the description of the YouTube video, but you can find this on Board Game Geek in the files section, and it's called the Driverless Cars variant. There are also, as you see, we're playing dry weather, but there's also variants, or there's also ways to adjust it for the weather, as well as believe there's oil tokens and debris, depending on what you're playing with, on how to handle those. But we're basically playing a base game, dry weather for now, unless a token is drawn that changes the game otherwise. But for now, we'll hide those rules for now, and we'll start playing. So I get to go first, playing the normal game as I normally would. I'm gonna try to get as far as I can and get ahead of I get ahead of the midfielder. So I'm gonna come out of here in first, and because I have to, I'll do a second. I'll do a coast. I'll coast there, meaning I'll end this corner right here. I have to be in 1 in first gear to enter, so it's tough to get back down to 1 when I have already used it. So that's as far as I can go with those moves, and I'm going to roll them all out, meaning I'm going to clear these off from last night. Going all out means you roll all these dice, and when you do that, once you're done, you collect focus tokens for every die rolled. That's not a break dice, so if you roll any of these dice, you don't get a focus token for those. And then you look at your hazards, and if you have 3 or more, you're going to suffer a loss of control, which we'll talk about if we get there. So I'll roll these. I only got 1 hazard here, so again, I'll collect my 4 focus tokens. And I get to move in the way that I wanted to. I could replan the route if I wanted to, but I was pretty confident in that, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to end here in first gear, middle lane. So now I'm blocking someone from potentially, I'll have to force them to go through this hazard lane if they kind of go that way. So second is going to be this rookie here, or silver is going to be here, and they roll 2 white dice to determine their roll. So they're going to move 4 spaces because they have 1 of these exclamation points, so they're going to ignore it and move 3 plus 1. They're going to move 4 spaces. Competitive line, but also staying on the outside. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to stop next to me, and they always end on straights in 5th gear. So even though potentially impossible to end here in 5th gear, it's kind of a rule-breaking way to make sure that the AI still remains competitive, and has that kind of competitive advantage of going before you next turn, because right now they're ahead of me in 5th. So that's that guy's turn, and we're going to go to the midfielder, is what they're called, and the midfielder is a step above the silver, so more experienced than this guy. And he's going to roll 1 white dice and 2 red dice. So there's more opportunity for a loss of control, but we'll see how this goes. So roll 3. So 2 blank dice, so he's going to go 5, so it's 3 plus 2 is 5. And he has to go straight because we're blocking him here, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll be right next to me, and he'll be in 5th gear as well. So we're kind of all in the same spot right now. Now what happens is we flip this token over here, and we're in the black round, meaning all the players have gone with their white token. Now we go on to the next round, and we look at who's going fastest. So far it's the silver and the midfielder are going the fastest. Who has the inside, or who's the farthest? They're both the same, and what position they're in. So red, because they're on the inside of the corner, will go first, because they have the inside of this. And we're going to already suffer a loss, an automatic loss here, but we'll talk about that when we do it. So the red guy's going to roll his 1 white and 2 red dice because he's the midfielder. So he'll be moving. He'll have a 1 hazard here, and he's going to suffer an automatic one right here, so it's going to be 3. This is right now he does 3, 4, 5. So actually, it'll be 4 because this will make him lose 1 movement here because he's got to cross over to this one. So he's going to be moving 4 total. So cross over here for 1. He'll hop out here for 2. Then he'll do 3, 4. And he'll also end here in 5th. So what happened was he rolled one of these. So originally he would be moving 5. But because he was forced into this turn right here at a hazard, it subtracted 1 more movement from him. So it brought him down to 3, or I'm sorry, 4. And that put him over here because in a competitive line, he would enter here 1, 2, 3. That's where he is. Now we go here to the silver car, and he rolls 2 white dice. And he'll be moving 4 spaces. So he'll cut in here at 1, 2, 3, 4. Because he can't, there's no outside, so he'll be in the middle here, also at 5th. Now it'll be, oh, I took that away from me, but I'm in 1st here. And we're going to plan our route. So I'm in the middle. So I'm going to basically continue in 1 here. I can at least, I don't have to suffer a penalty here, even though it's a longer lane, which might be worth it. Let's give that a shot. So I'm going to go 1. I will exit through here in 2 because it's a longer lane. Well, this would be out here. I don't know. Actually, it's not. So I'm cutting into this lane. That's how I see this. So, well, no one's blocking me, so this is a tough situation here because it's 1 big lane, but I'm cutting back into this lane here, which has a hazard, but I'm going to play it as if it's not. So I'm going to come out here, kind of curve around into 2nd here. You can correct me if that was the wrong thing to do. If this is one lane cutting over here, does it still cross the hazard? I do not believe it does. And then I actually have to be in 5th to even go past these guys. So that's going to be interesting. So I'll do 1, 2. Can't even go next to them. I'd have to be in 5th to be right here. That's interesting. So I'll do 1, 2. All I can do is 3. That's very interesting. Okay, so that's all I can do. I'm going to roll these guys separately, or all out. I didn't suffer any damage, so I'm going to be right behind this person in 3rd gear. I'm going to grab my 3 focus tokens. What sucked about that was because they're in 5th, I can't pass them. There was no way for me to get up that fast that I could see, so I'm going to be behind them in 3rd. We're in the white, and the midfielder here is going to go 1st because they have the inside here. Coming up on this turn, we have a speed limit of 2 everywhere and a mandatory entrance here of 1 and 1 gear here. So we'll see how this works out. So the red guy rolls the 2 red and 1 white. And they're going to move at 6 spaces. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me count that again just to make sure it's 1, 2, to the outside 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that'll be here. We'll be in 5th again. It's very tough to. This is very tough to when you're with this midfielder because he can go far and he can end in a higher gear. So now it's going to be the silver difficulty with the 2 white dice. And he'll be moving 5. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and be behind him. 5th. I definitely won't be able to get out in 5th, I don't think. So we'll see. I'm in 3rd right now. So I can do coast out of here. And I can do 2nd. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's interesting. Coast. Maybe go enter here at 1. Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's a tough one to catch up here because I need to go 3. We can do 4. Coast. Break down to 2. Coast out of here and then be at 1 here. I think is the best I can do, unless I do 4, 5. Hard break down to 2. Coast out of there, and it'll give me some positioning, but it wouldn't do me any good. We'll go back to the original plan of doing 4 coast. We'll just do 4 breakdown of 3. 4, 3, 2. Leave this lane at 1 and come out of here at 1. Or I'd coast into here, exit at 1. That's the best I can do right there. So I'm in 3rd, quick up to 4th, down to 3, 2, coast, here in 1. Actually, I can't do that because he's in 5th, so I'll stay here in 2nd. I'll do that, and I'll roll these 1 by 1. So that's good. That's good. We're solid, and these 2 doesn't matter because I won't suffer any loss of control, so I'll end a turn here. 2. This is a very tough variant with these guys because they get a lot of extra spaces in this. They get to move a lot. So now we're in the... I flip these over to the wrong side. We're actually in the black round here. And red's going to go first with the 1 red and 2 white dice. And they're going to move 6 again. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to be here in 5th. They're just running away with this one. We're going to go for the silver competitor and roll 2 white dice. And they're going to go 5 as well. Or they're going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll be here in 5th. It's my chance to get somewhere. See what I can do. I have to be back down here at 2, which I think I can make happen at least. Then coast out of here and shift down to 1. Then get here at 2. Oh, I can't get up to 5. Kind of a bummer. Because the max speed limit in this tile here is 2. So there's no way for me to get to 5, which I would have to be at 5 to get next to this person. So the best I can do is this line right here. Unless I go 3 there, but it doesn't really matter. So again, I'm going to stop there at 2. I'm going to roll all of these together. No loss of control, so I get 4 tokens. I'll be here. This is a tough course too. It's a tough one to. It's a tough course. I'm here in second. Or here in second. So we're coming up on 2 curves here. It's a max of 4 per hour, one, and a fourth gear and a fifth gear. And the red car will go first here in this white round. We're gonna do 2 red and a white. There's 1 hazard, so they're gonna move 5 spaces, staying on the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 5. So maybe in order to avoid this hazard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be here, 5th, because he's trying to avoid hazards at all times. So it'll be there in 5th, because that's the max for this curve. Orange guy's turn. He's the silver difficulty, so we're gonna have 2 white dice. Probably all a little confusing, so I'll get these dice out of the way. He's gonna go 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'll actually be here in 4th, because that's the max speed limit here. Which is, it's helps me a little bit. So it gives me a chance to get up next to him at 4. But we'll see if I can, because I'm coming out of here at 2. So I'm gonna try posting out of here. 1, 2. Three, max speed limit of 4 there. This is the best I can do right here. I can go up to 6, and I can't, if I get to 6, I can go first. So let's get after it. Let's do that. So I can pass him here because he is in 4th gear, and I'd be passing him at 5th. And then I will go here. Then I'd be forced to break down, use 1 break dice there, but it might be worth it depending on what's going on. Let's see how this plays out. Worst case, I can stop here, because I'm going to roll them 1 by 1. So we'll do that. Our first hazard, so we already have 1 hazard. Alright, so we have 2 hazards here, so I can pay off these 2 dice. I'm going to definitely pay for this one. I get to go here. Do I want to pay for that? If I go to 6, I'll be able to go first. Yeah, I'll pay for that too. What the heck? So I'll pay 2 focus tokens for the second dice, and then for the first dice I pay 1. Now I am in 6th gear here, which is good because that means I get to go first. I caught up. He helped me out here by being a little slow around this corner. There is hope yet. So now we are in the black round, and I get to go first. I'm in 6th. If the max speed limit of 5 is here, if I enter in 5th, I suffer an automatic penalty. An automatic loss of control. You would immediately suffer. No, if you exceed it, you suffer a loss of control. So if I go here in 6th, which is it's a 5th gear max, I would suffer loss of control. If I enter there in 5th gear, I get an automatic exclamation point here, which I don't want. So I'm gonna get out of there. I'm in 6th. I'm gonna go 5, 4. So I'm gonna break down to 4th, which is fine. Then, oh, so I can't. I have to be in 5th to pass him. That's interesting. So that's fine. Because he's 5th, I have to be in 5th or higher to pass him. So I will be in 5th. So I'll get an automatic exclamation right there for going into that space. Can't pay it off. So I'll go 5, 4. I'll go 3. Coast. So I'll end there in 3. which is a good one to end at, I think. So we will roll, we'll do one by one. So right now I already have one exclamate or one of these hazards by entering this lane right here in 5th. So I'm safe here. I was able to pass them just fine, so the rest should be okay. And we're good. I'll just, I already have one, so that one wouldn't matter if I rolled it, so I'm gonna go here. He'll be in 3rd gear there, which is nice. So not too bad, even though I got I suffered the automatic loss, or the automatic exclamation point. What's going on, Chris? We were playing some Rallyman GT. I don't know if you've heard of the game, but essentially it's a racing game, a little bit more strategic than, actually a lot bit more strategic than Formula D, in my opinion. But yeah, you're using dice as gears, and we're just basically trying out I'll put up on the screen here, a driverless car variant that someone made on BGG that lets you actually play the game with other cars if you can't have other people to play with. So we're checking that out right now. And currently, we are playing against 2 different difficulties of cars. So the red car here, if you look on the document right there, is the midfielder. So it's kind of a mid difficulty car. And oh, nice, yeah, this is all in 2. I know this is a base track 6 or core. What do they call it? Core course 6. So this is just that playing against 2 other cars. So the red car here is the midfielder, and the orange car is the silver difficulty. And essentially how it works, and you'll see a turn right now, and I'll keep the graphic on the screen. Now the red car's turn, and what you do on the red car, since it is a midfielder difficulty, is you take 2 of the red dice and 1 of the white dice, and you roll them. So I'll get these out of the way. So the AI will move 3 spaces plus any blank dice. So they don't count these. So it's going to go 4 spaces. And among other things, the AI favors the outside and drives the most competitive lane. So in this case, he's going to go 4 spaces, favoring the outside. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. And since he can't keep going outside, he'll go 4, and he'll end next to me. It's the closest that he can go to the outside. Now, because he's entering a corner, this corner tile has a max speed limit of 3. He will end his turn in 3rd. So you're not doing much work on your end to play against other people. It's a few simple rules to memorize, but once you play it, it's pretty easy. He either ends in the gear that's the highest number on these tiles, or if there's no number and it's a straightaway, he'll end in 5th gear. So it's pretty simple. And then we're going to finish it off this lap, or this round, with the silver, and he just rolls 2 white dice. So a little less experienced, has 2 white dice, but can still potentially move up to 5 spaces if they're blank. So he moves 3 plus these 2 since they didn't show up with an exclamation point. So he's moving 5 spaces. He can pretty much hug the outside on this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be back here, and luckily for him, because he's on a straightaway with no speed limit, he will end his turn in 5th, meaning he gets to go first. Unluckily for him, he has to actually he won't be able to. He's blocked, which is interesting. So he'll miss a turn because he's blocked, because he's all the way. Actually, we'll put him here because it's competitive advantage. So, or a competitive line. He wouldn't have stopped there because he wouldn't have been able to go from this spot to this spot in 1 turn. So he'll stop here because he still has to keep moving. So you can't force him to block, which would be awesome. It'd be nice to be like, oh yeah, maybe he didn't know what he was doing. But so yeah, we're gonna go to the white round now, and it is. Oh, I set myself up in a bad spot. That's fine. But it's gonna be the orange cars first, who is silver. So he's gonna roll 2 white dice. We've got 1 exclamation point, so he's going to go 4 spaces. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. it out here. Let's make sure 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And I'll end again in 5th. Now, because the red car, we're both going 3, and the red car is on the most inside of the track, they will go first. So they'll roll the 2 red and the 1 white dice as the midfielder. And they will go 5 spaces. So you have there's a exclamation point here. He's gonna move 5 spaces. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go end up right here in a 1, because basically this corner right here is max 1 mile per hour. So we'll end here in 1. Now it's my turn to make some moves. I'm in 3rd. Time to do something. Let's see. I could coast, or I could go down to 2. I don't know if I want to though yet. We'll plan something. I have to pass them at 5, which I can't do. That's the tough part with this variant is, even though they end at 5 there, I could pass them at 5. It would just take me an extra turn. No, it's fine. I can do. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, it's almost impossible to be here at 5 for any racer, but that's just how the AI does to kind of make it a more competitive game. So I have to be next to him at 5. Then go 3, 4, 5. That's pretty much, I mean, I guess I can go further. And we'll roll these 1 by 1, but that's the best I can do to pass him. And I'll get to go first, which is nice. So maybe I'll just do that. So I'll roll 1 by 1. Good. That's an exclamation point right there. So I already have 1. Good. And that one should be fine. So we'll be here 5th. Is here. Yeah, so hazards rolled, remove movement. Exactly. So also we haven't seen it yet in this lap, and we're just doing a 1 lap race, which I didn't even realize we're coming up on the finish here. But the hazards remove movement, so it also takes into effect if you force in this corner here. There's an entrance and an exit in a hazard. So if they are forced to go through those as well, it also takes off movement. And if a movement of an AI is reduced to 3 or less, you then test them for a loss of control. So then you roll 2 more break dice, and if the break dice add up, if the hazards all add up to 3 or more, then they suffer a 0/0 loss of control wherever they break down. So haven't had an example of that tonight. I had one last night on a test stream. It's again pretty simple to go through. You would draw something from the bag if they do suffer a loss of control, and kind of do it that way. So it's pretty simple to go through. We're in the black round here, and I get to go first, which is good because gives me a chance to at least get out of here and maybe win this one. So how do I do this? Hard braking, for sure. And so I can do, or just gonna try to map this out. It'll be tough, especially to get out of this now is gonna be very tough. 1, best I can do this. The best I can do, I think, is that, unless I add 1 more break dice. I can coast here. The problem is I know they're gonna end up in 5th gear, because The problem is, if once this AI gets over here, it's going to end in 5th gear and go first. So you kind of know that it has to break down to 1 in advance. So maybe go here. This is the only thing I can think of doing is first I can get is here. Unless I go up to 6. The crazy thing is, it would be this. I'm in 5th gear right now. And rev up really quick to 6. 3 break. Oh, and a 1. Oh boy. So what if I did this? Go up to 6th. Down to 5th. Hard break down to 1. And I have 2, 3, coast, coast, and in 4th. That's what I can do right there. Do I have? Oh, but I don't even know if I have enough to cancel all those dice. Do you see that line that I just made though? Kind of makes sense. Yeah, 1. Yep, I don't have that. 3, 6. Well, let's go. I mean, this is the only way I can win because I know they'll be able to move much quicker than me. So let's get after this one. We'll just roll 1 at a time. The 6 is good. 5 is not good. Should have paid for it. And if I understand the rules correctly, I can't pay for just 1 of these. I'd have to pay them all off. So in this case, I don't have enough tokens to do that. So here goes nothing. This one. I already have 1. Oh, nice. Only got 1 there. These are fine. So do A. So no, I'm gonna try it and keep going. 2 is good. I just need to get 1 more. I just need to get past 1 more. I think the 3 only has 1 dice, or 1. No, it has 2. So I'm gonna pay for this one. Go here. I'll roll this one. I'm there, and I can pay these 2 off. So the second one will get 2 focus, and the third one will get 3. So wow, can you believe it? I actually won that race. Thanks for checking me on that break situation. Because that was, I had to use all those dice. I used every dice just then, which I've never done in a game I've played yet. So I had to do some hard braking. I got a good lucky roll on this breakdown here, and finished the race in essentially 4th gear. So that's kind of how that worked. And we'll see who places second, I guess now. So that was a close race. And even from the beginning too. The beginning they got off to a huge lead, and I didn't catch back up until right here. It took me a while to catch up here. Then just kind of kept moving like as fast as I could to catch up, because the AI is difficult in 2 ways. One, it usually always ends in 5th gear, which is tough for a human to play the rules to get there, and then it moves spaces automatically, obviously, and we'll play for 2nd place and see how it goes. So orange guy's going first, or now going. He's got the 2 white dice because he's the silver difficulty. He's gonna go 5 spaces. He's gonna go 1. He'll go 2, 3, 4, 5. So end up here. Again, staying on the outside, but also making a competitive race line. So I'll double check it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll be out here. He'll be in first. A bit slow. A bit slow for your boy. Now the red guy will go. He's gonna roll 2 reds and a white. He's gonna go 5 spaces. He'll go 1 into here, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll essentially win unless he breaks. He won't break down because he'll at least move 3 spaces. He'll be here in 5th gear. Do a quick check on that just to see. Maybe he'll crash and burn over the line, and we'll see what happens. So red will go first because he's in 5th gear. Nope. He'll go 5, and he'll end up in second. This guy will end up in third. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Slipstream and battle. No, the slipstream and battle variant rules. So multiplayer. Oh, interesting. I have to check that out. Battle variant. I like that. Yeah, I have the. Let's see. Right next to me. I still have all the other stuff. Pretty much, it's all in shrink still. I do have the other guy too. Whoops. Yeah. And then the GT5 as well. So pretty much waiting to open these up for the right time. Trying to get through some of this stuff. Oh, you're going to Dice Tower West? Oh, man, I'm jealous. Very jealous. That's awesome. Yeah, I played a multiplayer for the first time. Yeah, 2 days ago or yesterday, and liked it. But yeah, I would highly recommend this solo variant. It's nice. There's one more that I think is a little bit more involved. It's by the same person on BGG, and yesterday I did a test stream of this, and then sent it to the guy that made this variant to make sure I had all the rules right. And in fact, I had a couple goofs, so I didn't publish that video, but I'll publish this one as a tutorial for those that think it might be difficult, but it really isn't. It's a super simple way to kind of go through it. And then on this, it also has, it goes the extra mile to say the odds of everything. So pretty much how everything's calculated out, and it's I mean, as I've found for most of these guys that have played Rallyman before, it's pretty involved. They really like the game, and they like to kind of invest in the game to make sure that it can be played for a while. And I'm a primarily solo guy, so having a variant like this, I like the time trials too, but having a variant where I can kind of race multiple cars is super cool. So I the only part that I wish I could do faster is set up, but I have to learn to break down these tiles in a certain order. But yeah, I appreciate you swinging by, Chris. And I'm gonna be doing more of these series of videos for Rallyman, because it's a cool game, and maybe set up some championship races once I break open the other box, and give these guys names and make sure they have the proper difficulties up here. So really get a feel for like actual racing. So if you haven't, I don't have any notifications turned on, but feel free to subscribe. We're also on Twitch under the same name. And I appreciate you swinging by. And this again has been the driverless cars variants using the app. Yes, oh my god, the app is my lifesaver. I wish the book had it at least the same way as the app. But yes, setting up with the app is super easy. It's just piling up all the cards and like shuffling them. Not shuffling them, but shuffling through them to find the right tile. But I do like the hey, appreciate the sub on that. And yeah, it's super, with the app it's easy to set up for sure. And I've already printed off the realistic track lists, as well as some other things. So it's pretty much, oh, there it is. Hey, appreciate the sub. I didn't know that it would work. Good stuff. But yeah, so I think this game is pretty much endless, and we have a con over here up here in New Hampshire next week, so I'm definitely bringing this with the team expansion and stuff to make sure like it can be played to its fullest. So definitely doing that. Hopefully gonna get some more dice. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight. I just want to do a quick tutorial of this stuff. But yeah, stay tuned, Chris. I appreciate it, and have one heck of a time at Dice Tower West, because that does sound like fun. And someday I will make it either out there or the cruise or Dice Tower East, because I super want to. But that's gonna do it for me. I am gonna go maybe set up another track for tomorrow night or whatever. So yeah, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it, and we'll